Hey guys, this is Dr. Sandy wishing you a happy new year. I'm really hoping that 2024 is going to be a great year for you. That's what this video is all about, how to make this a great year. And it starts with your health. So we're going to really go into a deep dive with this. If you're new to these videos, welcome. We're excited that you're here. If you've been watching for a while, thank you for your continued support. If you're learning from these videos, please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, leave something that you're going to do different in 2024. You're going to do better, and let's jump right into it. So, I think a lot of us in January, we start to reflect about goals we want to achieve, and it might be with our relationships, maybe with our family and friends. It could be financial goals. It could be all these exciting things we want to change in our life. Maybe there's a career change. Maybe, if we're studying in a certain program in school, we want to switch it up. Whatever it is, I think there's a sense of reflection and change in what do we want to do better for the coming year. And what I would like to share with you is where it all starts with is your health. If you want a better family life, you have to be healthy. If you want to be better in your career, you have to be healthy. So, as a chiropractor, I really think I have one of the most important jobs in the world because my job is to make sure people are feeling as healthy as possible, as strong as possible, as energetic as possible, so they can get more out of life. If you don't have your health, it's almost going to be impossible to do good at work. If you don't have your health, it's hard to be the best family member with your friends. Everything in life is attached and connected to your level of health. It's the foundation. And my job as a chiropractor is to make sure people are healthy. So, what are some things we can do to make sure? And if we look in chiropractic, what I love about it, it focuses on natural lifestyle, natural living, honoring the body, honoring the brain, honoring the nerve system, because that's where it all starts. So, what are things we can do in 2024 to make sure it is a great year? And remember, health is the foundation. You don't try to squeeze in time for your health, you just make time for it. That's what you do. It's such a high priority, it's the anchor for everything. It'll drive every level of your life. If you don't have your health, the other parts of your life will not succeed at the highest level. So, number one, if we want that healthy neurology, if we want a healthy brain, if we want a healthy nerve system, we need to make quality time for sleep. So, I know some of these things I'm going to share with you, but I want to go deeper with them as well. So, number one is sleep. So, we all know we should be getting sleep. We live in a time with a lot of distractions, a lot of stimulation. What do I mean by that? You can watch a movie on demand, a TV show on demand. You can read on demand. We have electricity. We have, power, obviously, 24 hours a day. So I would say at this time in history, we need to be more disciplined than ever. There's so many things we could do that can keep us up, that affect our sleep. And sleep to me is a huge foundation for well-being. The way you're thinking, the way you're processing things, the brain is everything. So my question to you, and here's what I want you to reflect on. Number one, are you getting enough sleep? Is it a peaceful sleep? Is it a refreshing sleep? Do you get up in the morning and you're like ready to go? How long did it take to fall asleep? Is it a broken sleep? So this is something you really need to focus on. You need to work on. And I want to share something with you too as well. And I really try to teach this to my patients is that whatever you're about to embark on and work on, you have to have realistic expectations. If you've been suffering for sleep issues with months or years, or God forbid, decades, do not think 1 week or 2 weeks in January when you set a New Year's resolution to say that I'm going to have good sleep, that, in a matter of days, it's all going to get repaired. You have to see where you are on the scale. So if you've had sleep trouble for, again, years and years and years, you know that this is going to be a process. I'd probably tell yourself it might even take a full year to make a good change. Hopefully it's sooner. Compared to someone who said, you know what, I've slept good my whole life. It's only been in the past month or two I've noticed I've been off. You're probably going to see results sooner. So I think another thing when we set health goals is that we have to see where we are. We cannot compare ourselves to anyone else. You have to look at that whole picture. Maybe you're working on your sleep goals, but there's a lot of stress in your life right now. Maybe you're working on your sleep goals, but you have a newborn you're taking care of. So you have to look at that whole picture, where you're at, how long you've been doing, how long you've been suffering with those issues, and how much you're doing to repair the situation. So take that into account, because I think sometimes we go in, maybe as a different example, if someone wants to lose weight and they've been struggling for like a month or two, that's very different than someone who's been struggling for years. We have to create the proper expectations. So work on yourself, be patient, but say, where am I on that scale? For you, to lose weight may not be a big deal, but sleep's been something you've been fighting for a long time, or vice versa. So just be aware of that. But it should be a good sleep. That number is going to be different for everyone. Research says, usually anywhere from 6 to 8 hours. On a day off, when you don't have to go to work, go to bed, see what time you get up without an alarm clock, and that's probably close to what you need. And again, was it a deep sleep? Are you waking up refreshed? Was it peaceful? Those are the things you have to work on. So that's sleep. That's critical. Number 2, water consumption. Water is great for the body, specifically great for the brain, great for the nerve system. It's something that has to be in your life. And you've probably heard this before, but it's essential. It's an essential nutrient. And I don't want you to think, milk and juice and, coffees and teas. You could argue, well, there is, probably there's some water composition there. I'm talking pure, clean, filtered water. Make that part of your life. Maybe, kick off the new year, start with a new water bottle or something like that, but make it accessible, that you can reach it, you can get it. It should be throughout the day. You have to just make that part of your life. Your life's going to be better. I mean, even digestive function, everything's just going to work better. The joints, brings down inflammation. It's just on and on and on. Number 3, veggies and fruit. So we've heard this before. We're looking at the research more and more. Veggies, fruit, making sure that's a part of our diet. Now, you might be listening to this and you're vegetarian, and that's good. So that would probably mean you're not touching meat products, or if you're vegan. But you could be actually vegetarian and not having veggies, fresh veggies, or fresh fruit as much as you should be. So we're talking fresh vegetables, fresh fruit, high quality vegetables, not everything fried or deep fried or anything like that, but eating them in their natural format to maximize the enzymes, the nutrients that they offer, focusing on that. So, I mean, I guess what I'm trying to say is someone could be vegetarian and have French fries all day, or a grilled cheese sandwich, and they're, okay, look at me, I'm not eating meat, but are you truly being healthy? And then on the other side, if we look at nutrition as well, making sure you have your proteins. And if you do eat meat, maybe challenging yourself and say, okay, am I eating the highest quality proteins? And again, if you're vegetarian or vegan, maybe that's in lentils and things like that. If you do eat meat, maybe the chicken or the fish or even the beef you're eating, is it to the highest quality? I think having protein, whether you're going to go vegetarian style or you do eat meat, but looking at the quality, making sure it's there. But I think all of us in general should be making sure that we're eating the veggies and fruit, regardless of how you eat. Those are just good things that should be going into the body. So make sure 2024 that's happening. Number 4, exercise. There's no way around this, guys. You've heard this before. I know probably tons of people are joining the gym, which is good. I just want to make sure they follow through with it. Or you have a home gym, that's fantastic. And just tell yourself, you should have a workout when you have time, which might be 1 hour. You should have a short workout where you're short on time, maybe 15 minutes. And every time you're doing it, the secret is that consistency. So, tell yourself that, maybe I didn't do an hour every day, but this week I have been working out consistently. That will work in the long term. You want to have that consistency, and you got to see what works for your body. What are your goals? Some kind of weight training that's been thoughtfully planned out would be beneficial, whether that's weights, whether that's body weights, whether that's a resistance band. Some kind of cardio obviously would be good as well. Stretching is critical. That keeps the body healthy, flexible. Flexibility is power. Flexibility is strength. We need to have those things. And there's no way around it. This is just an absolute non-negotiable. You need some kind of movement. You may join a gym class. Maybe you work out by yourself and modify for yourself. See what works for you. See what makes you happy. Maybe that's swimming, jogging, something that works for your body. You have to see where you are. Do you have some injuries? Maybe you've had a surgery, whatever that is, but some kind of exercise routine. Put time and effort into it. Make it easy, and then you'll be more consistent. And then, of course, number 5 as well, being consistent with chiropractic. I got to tell you, if you're watching this video, on Tuesdays, I see my chiropractor. I get adjusted regularly. And it's funny, some visits are going to be very subtle, some minor adjustments. Some visits are more intense. I try to be consistent with working out as well. And I got to be honest, some movements I do, I might try a new way to lift something, and then I feel a shift in my body. I see my chiropractor, I get that corrected. And what I love is that I'm taking care of that problem when it's really small and minor before it turns into something major. And I want to make sure I have a healthy brain. I can think clearly. I want to have optimal energy, good sleep, emotional health. Physically, I want to be at my best. I want to be flexible. I want my joints to be strong. So I've made that commitment that every Tuesday I go for optimal health, optimization. I want to catch something before it turns into something. I want my joints to be strong, my brain to be strong, my nerve system to be strong, the muscles to have full power, my organs to work well. So for me, and if you think about my job as a chiropractor, it's very physical. So I want to make sure that I'm at that optimal state for myself, for my career, for my family, so I can function at the highest level. And I'm 50, man. I got to take care of myself. I really want to have a long life. I want a good quality of life, and I want the same for you. Now, here's what I was going to say. So you've heard this, the sleep, the water, eating good food, the veggies and fruit, the exercise, chiropractic. You've heard these things. So here's the question now. So how do we implement it? Everyone's going to make their list of I need to do these things and stuff. So number one, I would challenge you to write down some goals, read them in the morning and night so you have that reminder consistently. It doesn't have to be pages and pages. It might be one line that says, okay, exercise 3 times a week, but you're reading it twice a day. Really make it simple if you want. And if you have the time, you can go deeper than that. But here's the part I think that's the game changer, and I even have to work on this, is what are the systems going to be? So it's easy to say, okay, 8 hours sleep. That's easy. But here's where it takes a little work now. Now you have to create systems around that. So are you going to come home from work and change into your night suit to make sure you go to bed on time? Are you going to make sure that at 6 p.m. hypothetically that you're going to get off the internet, no TV, no movies? What systems are you going to put in place? Sleeping 8 hours, that's great. That's great. The tough part is creating a system. And that's what we want to do. And it has to be something that you commit to, non-emotional. Emotions is when things get out of control. And man, I've been there. So you want to have systems. For water, you maybe have a system that says when I can't leave the house without the water bottle. At my workstation, I need to have a water bottle. You've got to have systems that make it so easy that you can't fail, that you can't mess up. Veggies and fruit. So just tell yourself that maybe in the beginning when I go grocery shopping, that's the first aisle I'll go to. Every time I go shopping, I have to buy salad and fruit. If I go out to eat with my friends, I have to order a salad. When I eat, the first thing I'll eat is the salad. And that's especially for someone who doesn't like salads, for example. So make that in the beginning something to start with. And if you really don't like salad, maybe start with some fresh cucumbers or something like that. But baby steps, but make systems, make new rules that you live by that are non-negotiable, that that are good for you. Exercise. You have to have systems to say that, maybe what I personally like to do is I like to sleep in a jogging suit or something comfortable. So when I get up in the morning, I don't need to change or anything. I have a gym in my basement and I'll work out. So I go literally from sleeping, no excuse, not another task, something I have to change, get ready, do this and that. Nope. Get up in the morning, go work out, and then I'll go shower and get ready for the day. So create systems that make it so easy, but that's the part. You can tell yourself, I'll work out 3 days a week, but then if you're really tight on time, I'd recommend that you're working out at home or a gym very close to you. Or if you're going to say 3 times a week, you might need someone who keeps you accountable, and they might be physically with you in the gym, or they text you and say, hey, Sandy, did you work out today? Whatever works for you, right? It might be your wife or your husband who keeps you accountable, but have systems, have someone keeping you accountable, but create systems for every part that you want to fix. And then chiropractically, telling yourself that, okay, like for me, like it's become automatic now at this point. Every Tuesday I see my chiropractor. If I can't make that day, I'll try to make it up if possible, but it's a non-negotiable. If you want certain things in your life, they have to become non-negotiable. Not like I'll see if I can and I'll try to do this. No, there's certain things that are just non-negotiable. And I think the more you can have non-negotiables that are positive in your life, you're just going to be better for it. So I believe in you. I want 2024 to be a fantastic year for you. God bless you. I really hope you got value out of this video, and just wishing you all the best. God bless you. Dr. Sandy signing off.